Hello there. Welcome to Coaching with Tally. We are going to just hang out for a little bit every day at 1 o'clock Eastern. Today we're talking about how to be alone without feeling lonely. This is a really, really beautiful message no matter when we talk about it, but we certainly have an incredible opportunity right now to lean into this. So talking about learning how to love being alone and never feel lonely. There's a quote that that has been coming to my mind that I want to share with you. It's by a French philosopher named Blaise Pascal. Many of you have heard of him. And he says, all of humanity's problems stem from a man's inability to sit quietly in their room alone. That's stuck with me for a lot of years, but it's been coming to my mind a lot lately. And I'm like, if that is true, this is certainly a gift right now to be able to lean into this, to be able to learn the gift of being alone without feeling lonely. So my name is Tally, and I am a life and personal development coach. I actually work with leaders to support them in creating lives that they love living, lives of overflow and alignment that are centered in joy. And so every day at 1 o'clock, I'm just turning my camera on since all of this has been going on, and just connecting in with you guys here to just offer some mindset coaching, some perspective shifts, and just to help you feel supported in this place. So join me any day live. If you're jumping on here live, let me know you're here. And if you're watching the replay, give me a little replay there. So we're talking today about how to be alone without feeling lonely. And that they're two very different things, but they can often feel intertwined. So with all of this coronavirus and social distancing and quarantining, lockdown going on, there are a lot of people I've been seeing online that are just like, oh my gosh, the loneliness is killing me. This is really, really challenging. Thanks, Lisa. So I want to talk a little bit about how can you lean into this. This is something actually that I've been practicing for a lot of years. I will often get away to a cabin or sometimes just a bed and breakfast or something like that, alone for like 3, 4, 5 days at a time and just be with myself. And it's definitely a skill to be practiced, because I don't know that it comes just really super easily, especially in our culture in these days. So how to practice leaning into being with yourself and not feeling lonely. So let's talk about a couple different things. There's a study out of the University of Virginia where they did research on this very topic and just looked at our, good morning, Andy, just looked at our kind of human response to being alone, to being still and with our own thoughts, and how much resistance was around that for people, to the point that they had multiple different studies and statistics, all fascinating. The one I found really fascinating is that they did a study with 42 adults where they gave them a chance to choose between sitting in silence with themselves and just their own thoughts, or giving themselves electric shocks. And 2/3 of men and 1/4 of the women chose to give themselves electric shock, like treatment or electric shocks, over just sitting and thinking. And they were looking at statistics on how little we do that in our culture today, just to like sit and think and be with ourselves. So a lot of people, it's not a time issue. A lot of people will make time for leisure activities, which is awesome, but actually just sitting and reflecting, being alone with your thoughts, with yourself, is something that we have as a culture just really gotten away from. And this is such a beautiful opportunity to bring some of that back. So some things that you can do, let's talk about that. Some things that you can do to steer yourself into embracing this, rather than like a theme that I see a lot in, whether it's online or just hearing people talk, is this kind of let's white knuckle this and just get through it. And really, this is such a beautiful, beautiful opportunity to gain so many things. And I really think this being one of them, to really learn to embrace and love being with yourself, because you are the only person in this lifetime who has always been with you and who will always be with you until the day that you die. You're the only person. And so learning how to embrace yourself, to be a friend with and to yourself, is such an important, beautiful life skill. And often it takes some kind of crisis in life. It takes like some major change, losing a job or a relationship or something, for people to kind of dive into this. I was thinking about the movie Eat, Pray, Love, where she just kind of goes, across the world and is like exploring, finding herself really in a lot of ways. She goes to Italy and just experiences the culture, and I think she goes to India maybe and does a whole meditation retreat. But it had me thinking about this topic and how this can be like a mini version of that, finding yourself. So how do you lean into embracing and loving and being with and loving being with you? And so a couple just little thoughts for some things that you can do. One of the gifts that I learned, actually I mentioned it in one of my other lives, the Artist Way book, is it's a book / workbook, but one of the key kind of components of it is doing something called Mourning Pages. If you've never tried this, I totally recommend it in this time. And it's basically, you get out your journal and you write 3 pages every morning, and you just are writing basically like whatever it is that's floating to your mind. It's just free flow, and it doesn't matter what you write. It doesn't need to be deep or profound or flow together, or like it could be fears that you have coming up. It could be some to-do things that you want to do. It could be, I don't know what to write. So it could be that for 3 pages. You just get in the habit of getting up and writing 3 pages every morning. So that's amazing to see what just floats to the surface. And that's a beautiful gift. Taking time to just stop and check in with yourself. Like, just what is it, body, that you're needing right now? And if you'll take a moment to just listen to yourself and give your own body, soul, mind, and spirit voice to like listen and to respond to, it's amazing what you'll start seeing show up. Like, I need more water. I need to get up right now and take 5 minutes and just go move my body. Or I'm feeling really sad. I think I need to like reach out and just call someone and share what's going on. Whatever it is. It could be emotional, it could be spiritual, it could be physical, whatever it is. But checking in with yourself to notice and key into what it is that you need. And then think about somebody that you really esteem, that you enjoy being with, that you just find yourself really fond of. Think about who a person like that is for you. Maybe it is a partner or a parent or a dear friend or a mentor or one of your children. And think about how you show up for that person, how you treat that person, how you have this like just willingness to support, to care for, to love, to give to. And imagine yourself being on the receiving end of all of that feeling. Because often we're a lot kinder to other people than we are to ourselves. Started Mourning Pages today. That's amazing, Lisa. That's so great. I thought about just jumping into Artist Way and seeing if anybody wants to do that together. I'm doing it with one of my clients. We're just getting started. So hit me up if you're watching this and that's something you'd love to check out. Either put it in the comments here or direct message me, and maybe we'll jump into that together. That could be fun. And then also just taking 5 minutes, set your timer, and just like sit and be totally in silence. I'm actually part of a meditation group. One of the men who's in the mastermind that I lead just started. When all of this started, he was like, how can I get back? And one of the things he thought would be really cool is just to set aside 15 minutes every day to do a meditation and invite anybody that wants to join him. So we do every other day silent meditation and guided meditation. And if that's something that you would love to be part of, it's a free group. Also, you can direct message me about that, and I'm happy to share that, and you guys can join us. We meet every day at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for like 15-minute meditation. It's just time to get quiet and still, and the silent meditations are always harder than the guided ones, and it's because of this, what we're talking about. But the more that we let ourselves really be an amazing friend to ourselves, that we check in with, that we acknowledge what's going on, that we give ourselves what we need, that we are kind to ourselves and not self-beat up conversations, hey Daryl, but just really loving and kind to ourselves. It makes such a huge difference. So hopefully all of this is supportive for you in regard to learning how to be alone without feeling lonely. I hope these are some tips and tricks that will support you into leaning into that. And man, take advantage of this. I just want to say, lean into taking advantage of this, because it is one of the best gifts that you can give yourself in this time, to learn how to be with you, to learn how to enjoy your own company. So Taylor started yesterday. Come on, we got some morning pages going on. That is beautiful. Yeah, let's anybody who wants to connect on Artist Way or the meditation group, let me know. I will be there. Hey Nathan, good to see you. We're just wrapping up, but blessings everybody. Have a beautiful day. I'm here every day at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time just to give away some coaching, to connect with you guys here, and to offer some support and love. So blessings. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I'll see you guys tomorrow.